Morning Bumblebees, welcome to today's maths lesson. It's the last one because it's Friday, so happy Friday everyone. Hope you've all had a great week and are really looking forward to the weekend. So just before we hit the weekend, we've one more maths lesson to go. So today we're going to find one more and one less than a number. So we're going to use our 100 square, which I've popped on the board again for you. Just remember, if you haven't got one and you search for 100 square splat, there is an interactive one where you can splat the screen and change the colour of the squares that you are working with. So today I'm just going to use my highlighter on my colour splat. So I'm going to choose some numbers and I'm going to highlight them for you to see. So here are the numbers that I have chosen on the board. Now I would like you to pause the video now and have a go at seeing if you can find one more and one less than each of these numbers that I have chosen on the board. Okay, and we will come back and see if you have got the right answers. Okay, welcome back Bumblebees. So using your 100 square then, can we find one more and one less than each of these numbers? So we're going to take the number that I have chosen. So for the first one, for example, it's the number 10. So I need to find the number that comes before it, which is one less, and the number that comes after it, which is one more. Okay? Oh, not add 10, apologies. Let's get rid of that little bit there, add 1. Okay, so the number that comes before it on my number line is 9, and the number that comes after it on my number line here is 11. Okay, so if you've got that for the first one, give yourself a tick. Okay, the next number I have chosen is the number 12. So I'm going to put 12 in the middle of my grid here. And then I need to find one less, which is 11. And one more, which is, if I look along here, there is 11, which is one less. And here is one more, which is 13. So well done if you've got those ones right. Let's move straight on to the next number. So the next largest number on my 100 square is the number 33. So I'll pop that into the middle. Then I've got to find one more, which is 34, and I've got to find one less than 33, which is 32. So well done if you've managed to get those correct. So I will pause the video now and complete the others, and then we'll go through the answers. And here are your answers. So we got up to 37. So one less than 37 is 36, and one more is 38. Give yourself a tick if we've got that one right. Then we've got the number 51. So one less than 51, if we take one away, it's 50. And one more is 52. So give yourself a tick for that one. 64 was the number that we chose on the number square. So we're going to take one away, which is 63, and increase it by 1, which is 65. Then we've got 85. Again, decrease it by 1 or take 1 away, and it's 84. And add 1, and it's 86. And the final one that I gave you today to do is 89. So take 1 away and it's 88, and add 1 and it's 90. So massive well done if you've managed to get those correct. So for the remainder of today's lesson, we're going to subtract numbers using an efficient method. Now we spent quite a lot of time on place value this week, and yesterday we had a go at adding numbers. So today we're going to use our subtraction to take numbers away. So we're going to start with a subtraction. I will just pop it up on the board here. So we're going to do 16 and we're going to subtract. So take away 8. And then we're going to find the answer. So for this calculation, we can pop 16 in our head and we can count back 8. So let's have a go at that first of all. So pop 16 in our head and count back 8. So physically put 16 in your head by tapping your head. So we've got 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So the answer to this calculation is 8. Well done if you managed to get that right. Now the other way of doing this is starting with 8 and counting up on our fingers until we get to 16. And we should end up with 8 fingers still up in the air. So let's have a go at this one. So start with 8 this time and count up with me until we get to 16. So we've got 8 in our head, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And I stop at 16, and the answer that is showing on my fingers is 8. So we can use two different methods for this one. We can count up and we can count back. So you can choose whichever one of those methods you want to use for a calculation like this. So let's have another go at a different one. So this time you've got the number 15 and you're going to subtract 7. Okay, so either count up from 7 and stop at 15, or count back, okay, from 15 and take away 7. So let's do that one first. Pop 15 in your head and count back 7. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Oh, we've arrived at the same answer again. And we can double check it by starting at 7 and counting on our fingers until we get to 15. So we've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And again, I end up with 8 fingers, so I know the answer is right. So for these types of calculations where I can use my mental strategies, I can count up and I can count back. It absolutely depends on whichever one you want to do for yourself. Okay, now if we end up with a calculation such as this one, which is 24, and for 24 I'm going to subtract 13. Okay, now for this one, there's a number of different ways that I could do it. And the most popular that we would use in our class is to draw our jottings. Now remember, for a subtraction, we're taking this number away, so we don't need to draw the jottings for the number 13. We only draw the jottings for the number 24. So I'm going to draw 20 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then I'm going to subtract 110. So I'm going to take that 110 away. So that one's gone, and 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. And I can see that I'm left with 1, 1, 110, and 1, 1, which means my answer is 11. Huge well done if you've managed to get that one correct. Okay, we'll have another go at that using the same method, but just with a different number. So this time we've got 28, and we're going to subtract 15, and we're going to find the answer. Okay, so again, we need to draw our jottings. This time, when we draw our jottings, I'll just make my pen a tiny bit thicker. So we've got 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Now, because I'm doing a subtraction, I don't draw the 15, all right? We don't need to draw that because we want to take that away. So let me change my pen colour. We're going to subtract 110 and 5 ones. Okay, so there's my 110. Let's take that away and take away 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which leaves me with 110 and 13, 14, 110, 10, 11, 12, 13. So my answer is 13. Okay, so we've got 10, 11, 12, 13 as the numbers that I can still see. So there's a range of methods you could use there for your counting up and counting back, or using your jottings. So for whatever your questions are today, use the most efficient method. If you can do the calculation in your head mentally, then do it mentally. That's absolutely fine. If you need to draw your jottings, or you want to do it in a bar model, or you want to use a number line, you can use any one of those strategies so long as you arrive at the correct answer. So send your answers through to me so I can see how well you've done with your subtractions. Have an awesome weekend, and then come back on Monday for our final week before the end of the summer term. Take care, everyone, and happy weekend.